Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be reviewing Doom 1993 on the PC. First, we will talk about the story. When you take out the context of the other games and the lore of Doom, this storyline is very simple. From what we can gather in the subtle hints within the write-ups between each episode, we can gather that a Space Marine how to fight against an invasion force from hell. We first start at Phobos, a nuclear waste storage facility that also has a teleportation device to the second moon, Deimos. We go through the base on Phobos and take out two demons called the Barons. After defeating the Barons, Doom Guy mysteriously gets ambushed by a bunch of demons and lands himself on the second moon, Deimos. The base on Deimos is also a nuclear waste storage facility, except there are a lot more demons in this base. As expected, the Doom Guy rips and tears through the base on Deimos, and also takes down the second leader named the Cyber Demon. After taking out the Cyber Demon, Doom Guy learns that the second moon of Mars, Deimos, has been teleported to hell itself. After once again mowing down hundreds, if not thousands of demons, Doom Guy arrives at the capital of hell named Dis. This is where the confrontation between Doom Guy and the mastermind of the demon invasion, named the Spider Mastermind, takes place. After a brutal fight, Doom Guy has done it. He has stopped the invasion and sees a portal open up in front of him, realizing that it's a portal back to Earth. Unfortunately for Earth, Doom Guy was too late, and the Spider Mastermind was able to teleport an invasion force back to Earth. For the final time, Doom Guy rips and tears through yet another invasion force. In the end, Doom Guy is pictured holding his rabbit's head while walking away from a hell-ridden city. I did say at the beginning of this section that the story was pretty simple, and I still stick to that. A lot of the information I got from here was on the Doom Wikipedia, which takes information from the original game's manual that came with the game. So this is all still known information from the very beginning. I just wanted to make it sound cooler. That's why I use cooler words and stuff like that. Overall though, the story itself is really well done. It's simple and easy to understand, and the premise just makes sense. How can you talk about Doom without talking about the sound? Even back in 1993, the soundtrack, as well as the sound effects, were just perfection. A lot of the music seems to be inspired by music that was popular in that time from bands like Tool, Slayer, and Metallica, which are all great bands by the way. The other part of the sound that I enjoy in this game is the sound of the demons. Not only because they sound cool, but because it can be very helpful hearing the demons themselves. What I mean by this is the fact that if a demon teleports behind you, if you have the volume on, you can hear the portal go off, and then hear the demon make their sound. And this can be incredibly helpful gameplay wise. This can really help with making your next move, as well as predicting where the enemies will show up next. Also, the other sound effects are quite iconic as well, including the weapon sounds, as well as some sound effects from around each map. Overall, it's no surprise that Doom is great with sound design. The other great thing about this game is the replayability. This is like one of the most replayable games I've ever played. You might be asking, how is this game so replayable if there's barely any content? Well, that's where you're wrong, because there are so many difficulties in this game that you can replay this game like 4 or 5 times and have an experience that is different every time just because of the difficulty. And the game just doesn't get harder because of the damage multiplier on the demons. That's not how they do it in this game. The way they do it is that they add more demons, as well as more powerful demons, earlier and earlier in the game. This, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to add challenge to a game because it doesn't feel cheap. It feels like you're actually progressing through the game at a reasonable challenge. Also, another thing that adds to this game is now you can play this game with a lot of mods. And I won't go into the modding part because that can be a whole thing within itself. But it's just something I wanted to mention because that also adds even more replayability. As good as this game is, there are some things that made me not enjoy the game as much. The one thing I did notice towards the end of certain episodes was the fact that some of the maps were way too large. Now, I don't mean that they were too large in the fact that it was too big of a physical map. Not at all. The problem is the fact that these large maps were not populated enough. So this means that you can have a huge map and only 15 demons to kill. This, in my opinion, is insane, because it makes those maps not as memorable, and it makes them feel more tedious. To be fair, this did not happen often, but when it did happen, it was quite noticeable and very disappointing, because just imagine what kind of battles you could have had in such a large space. Also wanted to talk about the secrets within each map, and this opinion is very subjective, and it also depends on how good you are at problem solving. So each level has a certain amount of secret areas that you can find. In the earlier parts of the game, they can be quite easy to find, but once you get into larger, more complex levels, they can get quite difficult to find and figure out. This is where the subjectiveness comes in. For me, I do like some challenge, obviously, but if a map that should only take me 2 to 5 minutes to complete takes me 25 to 30 minutes to complete just because I'm trying to find all the secrets, I feel like that means the game is too harsh on where their secrets are hidden. Overall, Doom 93 is a fantastic game. For its time, this game is quite incredible. The feats that they accomplished within this game are monumental, and I really suggest looking up documentaries about this game because it was quite an achievement what they've done here. This game really does stack up with really good games of this generation. It has everything you want. Good gunplay, great music, as well as just the overall gameplay itself is unmatched. If you ever get a chance to play this game, or even try it, I guarantee you, you will love this game. I wanted to provide an update on stuff that's been going on with me, as well as the channel itself, while I've got you here. Earlier in the year, I made a bunch of promises about making the quality of my content better than ever before. Unfortunately, my health has declined in the past few weeks, which is why I have not been uploading. I am okay, at least for now, but unfortunately with my decline in health, there will be a decline in quality of the content. What this means is that I won't be posting game reviews that are really in-depth and are like hour-long videos, because I just can't. Fortunately for this channel, I still have the drive to make content, and I will still post game reviews, and even movie reviews. They just won't be as heavily edited as I would have liked them to be. Starting with this video, I will be reviewing all of the Doom games, except Doom 3 because I already played that before making this decision. And when the time comes, I will be reviewing Deadpool 3. Thank you to all of the subscribers who have stuck with this channel for a while, but I think I finally found a good place for this channel. Thank you all so much, and see you in the next video.